Welcome, fellow masters. My name is Musaki from the Chaldea Gurus, and it's time for another episode of Clairvoyance EX. This episode of Clairvoyance EX is for the month of August, and while we don't have a lot to go over this month, we do have some key things that we do need to discuss. Now, before we get started, I'd like to take a moment to thank each and every one of you lovely people. Those of you who are subscribed to us on Patreon, on YouTube here, or over on Twitch, whether you're liking the videos or supporting us financially if you have the means, you are the reason why we are able to continue to do what we do. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. And if you could do me a favor, definitely stick around to the end of the video. I have two things that I want to go over, but let's just jump into this. First up, and you guys already seen the announcement, August 3rd, we will have Summer 3 incoming. That's right, Summer Servant Festival. Essentially, Comic Fest, the same Comic Fest they have in Japan, but in fake Grand Order. Literally, the whole goal is making doujins, but we have a very traditional Japanese twist. In this event that we are sitting here making doujins, we actually have a day and night cycle. It also has a looping cycle. There are going to be 7 days and 7 nights, and on that 7th day, you'll be able to make one doujin and you loop again. You keep doing this over and over and over, collecting the in-game currency until you get what you need to get. And as you can see here, you do get 4-star Jeanne d'Arc Alter as a Berserker for your welfare servant. Jeanne d'Arc Berserker Alter is the epitome of what it means to be a glass cannon. Everything that she has at her kit is all meant for that reason. Her HP is gonna go down. She's gonna get hit. It's gonna suck unless you protect her. If you protect this unit, she will do very good for you. On top of that, look at that. You may not have seen the animations, but when you do, you will realize that Jalter is very much an anime fan, and you're gonna see a lot of references, which is very good. And it helps that she happens to study the place that we're going, which is Hawaii of all places. Shout out to you, Gramps. And she actually guides us through the entire event. What you will need if you want to keep this servant permanently is you will need to clear all the event main quests, and you will need to at least have 1 million total event currency points. It's gonna be a lot, but we'll go over it in more detail when the guide comes out in a couple of days. Aside from that, we also got a new Mystic code. Look at that. That looks really cool, really nice. They both got themselves a tan going on here, and they got more clothes than they did the first time. I actually like the way this looks here. It looks very chill. And on top of that, the effects are not bad. They're very arts focused though. And that's not a bad thing. That's just, you need to know what it is. Tropical Summer. The first skill you're going to get is Blue Splash. And that's going to be a 500% chance to increase one server's art performance for 1 turn. And you increase their MP damage for 1 turn. Hello, Archer Arturia. You could definitely use this. Chloe, I think you can use this too. This is pretty good. This is a good skill. Second skill is Supply Water. There's a 500% chance to increase one servant's critical star absorption of arts card for 1 turn. Are you sensing a theme here? Because I'm sensing a theme here. This is definitely made for art servants to shine, especially if you're a crit art servant. Whew, you're gonna enjoy that. Hey Chiron, you could use this. Safety Oil is the last skill that you got here, and there's a 500% chance to increase one servant's buff removal resistance for 1 turn, and charges their Noble Phantasm gauge by 10%. Buff removal resistance is very interesting, since we don't have a lot of things that attack your buffs, but you are going to start seeing them from now on. You might have already encountered this a little bit in Lost Spell 2. So this effect really will come into play later on, but it's still a good effect, and at least you got the 10% Noble Phantasm gain. That's good. That's pretty standard. So far, the only one that gives more would be the Mage Association that gets 15. So this is still good. 10% is good. That's not for nothing, and it's going to serve to help those servants get their Noble Phantasm quicker. In terms of the experience that you will need to level this up from level 1 to level 10, is actually pretty reasonable. We're not dealing with Arctic uniform level experience. We're also not dealing with Chaldea combat uniform experience. This is something that you can feasibly do, especially if you have the Mystic Code experience craft essence from Da Vinci's Mana Prism shop. And that will be given to you in this event, and I'm pretty sure you just gotta complete a quest, actually. One of the main quests, they give it to you relatively early. But that's not the only thing that this event gives. This event gives the first costumes for male summer servants. We honestly been asking for male summer swimsuit servants forever, and this is what Type Moon allowed. Type Moon is allowing the costumes to be in there, and these are very good people to have costumes. Robin Hood is a very good archer, 3-star archer, but still very good, very powerful noble phantasm, and he looks just really cool. I mean, for those of you who like the abs, like Actor's Illusions, you're gonna love 2 of these for sure. And Edmund Dantes, who Nita's definitely getting, she's already stated, and Robin Hood, and then CasGil looking dapper as hell, and he has a golden iPad or their equivalent instead of the tablet, which I think is pretty cool. Those are very specific things that you need to do to get those on specific days, time of days, and you need a certain amount of points when you get them. Don't worry about getting this as soon as possible. Take your time and you'll be able to do this. You have 3 weeks to complete this event, so pace yourself. You will have these costumes. In worst case scenario, this event does rerun next year, so you will have an opportunity to get these costumes again if for whatever reason you can't get them now. But this is how you get it here. We will go over it for sure in the guide again, but I did want to let that aware of you. You can ignore the animation update because we already got those, so no need to worry about that. But the command codes I will touch upon, because you guys have repeatedly stated that you want to know about the command codes, so I will tell you right now. These are the first few command codes that we are going to get for real. Now, you already got the 3-star command code from the anniversary, and some of you may or may not have the 2- and 1-star command codes. These are going to be your 3-, 4-, and 5-star command codes for Summer 3. First off, First Servant, 5-star, grants self 300 damage cup for 1 time for 1 turn when attacking using the engraved card. This is a defensive maneuver, as you can see with the mosh on the command code. So definitely think about that if you feel that you need to increase the defense when you're using this. So I mean, honestly, I can see this fitting on Mash if you really want her, or for a servant that is lacking in a defensive department and you want to give that extra little bit to help them. Next up, Armament of Triumph. I'm going to be using this personally because it increases the critical star absorption by 100% on the engraved card. So this is very important. If you have a servant that is lacking that critical star absorption rate to really get those cards to do the things they need to do, this is it. So if you have a very crit based strategy, you need to keep that in mind. Any servant that you want to take advantage of the absorption, increase absorption rate, and potentially the amount of stars that you are making, you need to use this. And the last one is Crest of Humanity. It increases critical star generation rate by 30% of the engraved card. Very similar to the 4-star version, but instead of absorption rate, it is the generation rate, and that's by 30%. That's not for nothing. Honestly, you can do that on a quick card and just be great. Imagine putting that on Jack. She already creates stars. Or Okita, she already creates stars. You're doing pretty good here. So just keep that in mind when you're doing this. Make sure that it all flows in together. Critical star generation, who needs that? Who definitely needs that? Or who could benefit from it? Same with the critical star absorption, and same from the damage cut. These are good command codes, so definitely grab them. And they're going to be command code quests that you're going to be able to complete to get these. They do require a certain time of day, and you need a certain amount of points, event currency, to get them. But again, we will go over that in more detail in the guide proper. Next up, I did want to go over a couple of things, the main thing being some of the CEs. This here, Painting Summer, is an event CE, free by the way, in the event. Hokusai, looking great, looking very nice. The reason why I'm even focusing on this is because of the effect. Increases art performance by 8%, increase MP generation by 8%, and start battle with 30% MP gauge. Doesn't this look a little bit familiar? Because when you limit break this, you get 50% starting MP gauge. You also increase your art performance and MP generation by 10%. That sounds a little similar to Dive to Blue, doesn't it? Yes, we have another version of this. Granted, this increases the MP damage, so it's a little bit different, is a different goal, but still very good, still very similar. If you miss out on your chance to get Dive to Blue, highly recommend you get Painting with Summer. The other event craft as I wanted to go over was Lady Foxy. Not only is the Saka Behemoth looking very nice in this picture, like this is top tier stuff. Charges the MP gauge by 4% every turn, increases the damage by your Noble Phantasm by 15%, and reduces your damage taken by 100. Max limit breaking you, charging it by 5% and increasing your MP damage by 20%. Very, very good craft essence. And again, this is free. This is something that you get in the event shop. In terms of MP generation, this is your Prisma Cosmos, your free version. Max limit broken, that gives 10%, and a regular copy gets 8%, but that's all it does. This one gives MP damage on top of the defense of reducing the damage taken. On top of that, it increases your HP value. So you're increasing your HP, you're reducing the damage taken, you're increasing your MP damage, and you're charging your MP. There's a lot going on here. And yes, get this craft essence if you can. Not only will it help you in the points, it's going to help you outside of the event as well. I mainly want to highlight these two CEs as ones I recommend you to keep and max limit break as soon as you can when you have the opportunity. Now you notice here, 30% points. So if you max limit break, you only go to 60. So if you're farming, do not max limit break it yet. Not yet. Keep it separate because you're gonna have more percentages if you do this. Unless you have 2 max limit broken copies, then you must be very lucky. Or you have this and you have someone else with a max limit broken copy. 120. Who knows? Regardless, Lady Foxy, Painting in Summer, get those craft essences. In this system, there also are going to be raids. Yes, raids. This is a lot to do in the summer event. These raids are solo raids, so it's not live, meaning you don't have to worry about rushing. This is a personal raid that you yourself are doing. So, it's not affected by anyone else attacking this boss. This is how much damage you are doing to this boss. And same thing applies. 15 turn limit. If you get to the 15 turns, those points still count. If battle ends, if you die or you beat them, you cannot use Command Seal or Sync Quartz to revive. The normal raid mechanics. That is here. It also has a point reward system. Look at that. Look at all the things you can get with that. You're gonna be here farming multiple things. And hey, oh my goodness, look at all those lovely giant rings. So if you need to get any of those, definitely come here. And oh, Night Spell and Magitamas. And you also still get summoning tickets and those craft essences that I mentioned, plus the gold foes. This event is going to be good for that. You have multiple things that you can do here. Event shop. You're gonna have she shells and gems. Gems. They're here. So I know we have Guildfest coming in September, but make sure you grab these gems now if you need them. And if you don't think you need them, you need them. Get them out of here. They require the other currency, which are dollars or bills. You got BB bills, Gil bills, and Mimi bills. There's also Aurora Steel. There's also Frost. And there's also, because I'm not done, Bones. This is something that you will need to get. Just highlighting some things that I would recommend getting out of here, because there's a lot of stuff, and we didn't even talk about the banners. You already know about it. We have Summer Jeanne, Summer Ushi, and Summer Baraki. Some very good servers. Summer Jeanne being very good in particular. Especially given you're trying to arc sloop, but just the fact that her charisma that gives additional attack to good aligned allies is very good. No pun intended. The weakest, in my opinion, if I had to go by gameplay, is Summer Ushi. Oh my god, Eric to say. Summer Ushi is not that great, but waifu reasons she's very good. But literally, Ibaraki and Jeanne are just better than her in almost every way, and it hurts my soul. God. Also, low-key, Emerald Float, a very good craft essence, increasing art performance by 15% and MP damage by 15%. Plus, super cute with Abby. Do not loot Abby. I'm watching you. But that's not the only banner we have here. We have the Count of Monte Cristo himself, alongside CasGil and Robin Hood. If you don't have CasGil by now, you're definitely going to get him rolling for Dantes. This is now Dantes' time to shine with his strengthening that he just received. With Scotty now being live, this is your chance to own your own MP2 Dantes. What do you mean you don't need MP2 Dantes to make Scotty memes work? But anyway, this is where you're going to be. This is what you're going to need to roll for Dantes. And he starts right away. This banner is super consistent. It is here throughout the entire 3 weeks. That's right, you heard me. 3 weeks. Say it again. You have a lot of time here. Craft essences again. Very good. Buster performance by 10%, critical damage by 10%, gaining 3 stars every turn, increasing that by 4 stars for sure, and then 15-15. Very good. Also, you like jazz? I have a lot of the C in JP. It's a curse. But that's not the banner you guys are probably wanting to talk about. Some of you are, but I think there's another banner that other people want to talk about. Summer BB, MHXX, and Summer Me. This is the banner that I know a lot of you are waiting on. Summer BB, I have personally recommended this year, and she is very, very good, especially with a certain other Sakura face that just got a buff in JP right now. You could do some very degenerate things with Summer BB and this particular Sakura face. How you doing, Mel? So this will be the time to get her. This is one of 2 times that you'll be able to go for her. Next time will be next year when this event reruns. And hopefully you'll get her. MHXX, I actually personally love and I will be going for. And Summer Meve is arts memes. You're gonna love that. And all the CEs are there. This banner will come midway through the event. This does not start right away. We're going to get the first banner with Jeanne on it and Dantes first, and then this one will come midway through the event, more than likely the 2nd week. Be mindful with your courts, and if this is who you really want, go for it. But otherwise, if you don't, it's okay. It's fine. You have another chance next year. Just know that next year is going to be very, very hard to skip on quite a lot of servants, and I wish you luck. And after that, that is really all. Guys, this is really easy event to start. As you can see, you only need to clear Fuyuki. You don't need anything else. This event is going to be long, very long. You want to know how long? Once more, 3 weeks from August 3rd to August 22nd. This event will be going on. I know a lot of you might be freaking out because there's so much farming to do. You have 3 different point ladders, and then you also have 3 other materials. You have a total of 6 things to farm for, and you also have raids. On top of that, it's a lot and can be intimidating, but it's okay. Take a breath. You have time. You have a decent amount of time. And if you miss anything, don't fret. This will be back next year. That's the first thing to keep in mind. This game is supposed to be fun, and don't freak out about trying to get all the things here. Especially with Guildfest happening next month, and you don't want to burn yourself out now when that event's a lottery event that you can farm forever. At least until the event's over. The only other thing that's going to happen in the month of August is the next download event, which is really funny. We just had Summer 3, and you might have spent quartz on that, but they're bringing back Banner 2 of Summer 1, which contains Archer Artoria, Ruler Martha, and Caster Marie Antoinette. Marie is okay. She is fine. She is serviceable. The two targets are going to be Archer Artoria and Ruler Martha. Ruler Martha gets herself a strengthening, and Archer Artoria literally can loop. This is the start of Art's loop, like self-Art's loop. Like, she doesn't need anyone else to do it, but if you did find a way to support that, she could definitely Art's loop. So then you put her in there with Jeanne Archer, and you have Artoria Archer, then you got your Arch loops, with your Arch loops, with your Arch loops, with your... Kind of went a little overboard there, but you get the point. You also get a login bonus. You're gonna get your apples, your silver foes, your gold experience, and 10 million QP and 10 summoning tickets. Don't miss a day. Get the free stuff, because we all need it. But we also have some master missions. They're going to be giving out some interesting things. Interesting things. What I mean by that, I mean Saint Quartz. So, pretty much, when you complete a total of 80 strengthening quests, you are getting 80 Saint Quartz. That is a Saint Quartz per strengthening quest. That is a thing. On top of that, strengthening quests only cost 1/4 of the original AP cost, while daily quests only will cost half of the AP. And then you're gonna have your double chance of great and super success. Also, the Mana Prism Shot updates. Not only do you get your 5 summoning tickets, which already is good value, you also get your 50 experience cards, your silver foes, and your command card openers for quick arts and buster. Moving on to the rare prism side, you get your removers, your crystallized lore, your gold foes, only one sadly, and 20k more friend points if you have a lot of rare mana prisms. On top of that, the Servant and CD strengthening is only going to cost 1/2 of your QP. This is essentially the time where all those strengthening quests are going to be done. You get your Saint Quartz, you get your experience cards, you level up those servants, you rack up the summoning tickets. This is the after summer party. This is the end of the summer right here. And of course, service strengthening quest renewal. That means that Saint Quartz that you get for completing strengthening quests get increased to 2 instead of 1, and you will be retroactively compensated for this. So you're going to be getting a lot of quartz here. So if there's a certain servant you're saving for, or for next year, like myself, this is going to be pretty good. It's going to be a nice refresher from Summer 3 potentially draining all of our wallets. And as I mentioned before, Archer Artoria and Ruler Martha are going to be your targets here if you are rolling for them. This is Archer Artoria's last banner that we know of. Not the case for Ruler Martha though. She actually gets another shot in the Christmas event later this year, and oh trust me, when that comes around, expect a fun video on that. But that's not the only thing in here. We also have Knights of Marine. This is something that I personally like because again, increases quick performance by 10%, start to battle off with 50% Noble Phantasm. Just one copy sets you right there. And if you want to go even further, it starts to battle off with 60% Noble Phantasm and 15% increase in quick performance. Very vanilla, very
Welcome to the Chaldea Gurus team, fellow master.
Very good base, very vanilla, very good CE to start with. And if you don't have it, definitely give it a shot. And that's gonna do it for the month of August in Clairvoyance EX. That's really all we have to do. We have a lot of summer stuff. We have a lot of summer materials, new servants, one new event that takes up majority of it. The only other thing that we have to potentially look out for is Fate Zero. That may start the last week of August, the Fate Zero event. If it does, I will be making a separate video updating you on that, but I have a very, very sneaking suspicion that it's going to be starting the first week of September. But there is a chance that Fate Zero can happen at the end of the month. You have a chance to get Irisfield. This is your last chance to get Welfare Irisfield and Diramut Saber, a quick base single target saber, will be available for raid up along with Waver and Lancelot. Those are going to be your servants that you'll be getting there, along with some decent craft essences, and a Skandar as well. So if you haven't rolled to the Skandar, now's your chance. And I just want to say, personally, thank you guys so much for following us. Today, at the time of this recording, 7/31, July 31st, was the first day, 3 years ago, that we put out our video, our very first video, our master mission video. That video is kind of a mess. That was our first attempt, at least my first attempt. Back then it was just me. That was my first attempt at making videos for FGO back then. I didn't know necessarily where to go, so I figured master mission would be good. We slowly got up traction, we got some support, slowly people wanted to help me out, and now we're here. 3 years later, still doing it. It's all thanks to you guys, like I said earlier. So as a token of my appreciation, we're going to be running not necessarily giveaways, but 2 art contests. The first art contest is going to be a design a command seal for the gurus. As of now, the only ones that have command seals for the gurus is Nina, Cyrus, and Chloe. But we still have the other gurus that do not have command seals. Instead of us designing it, I thought it would be really cool if I left it to you guys, the fan base, to design it. You have until August 1st, all the way until August 31st. And if your design wins, that design will follow the gurus from now on. That you are essentially choosing this, and you get to see that when the command seal comes up, that is your design that made it. We're only choosing 1 seal for each guru, so just make sure you pick your favorite one that's available. That would be myself as Musaki, PT, wherever the heck he is, Tristan, Ryusuke, Nell, and Pasokan. Those are the last ones that do not have any command seal whatsoever. Pick your favorite one and make a command seal for it, and we will go from there. But that's not the only art contest that we have. We have a regular art contest. Decide, choose your favorite guru, choose your favorite moment in the Guruverse, and draw it. If you do, we will definitely feature that not only on the channel and some videos, but also on stream. Before we start a stream and after we end it, we will focus on that for a good amount of time, and who knows, you might get something a little extra depending on how things shake out. But mainly, those are the 2 contests we got going on. If you want to learn more about that, definitely join our Discord server. The link is going to be in the description down below. If you haven't joined, definitely do that. If you haven't subscribed, definitely do that. And we do stream on Twitch. I personally stream on Sunday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. And the other gurus stream on Mondays and Wednesdays. So come on, hang out. I love talking to you guys. So you can come talk to us on Discord, on Twitch, or in the comments on YouTube. I read them all, contrary to popular belief. Trust me, I do. In either case, thank you guys so much for being here and supporting us this whole time. I'm going to do everything in my power. No, we are going to do everything in our power to make sure that you guys have some of the best FGO content that we can deliver. And can't wait for another year with you guys. It'll be fun. Anyhow, my name is Musaki from the Chaldea Gurus, and we are logging out. See ya.